I'm Jia Min, a teacher from Fei Yue Early Intervention Center. I've worked at Fei Yue for 12 years after I graduated from a diploma in early childhood education from Ngee Ann Polytechnic. Subsequently, I have also completed the advanced diploma in early childhood intervention and Bachelor of Education in early childhood. Over the years, I have been working with children with different diagnoses such as autism, global developmental delay, Down syndrome, and cerebral palsy. Since 2019, I have been one of the pioneer staff to plan and execute the Development Support Plus program. I support children who attend EPIC but have made sufficient progress to be fully integrated back to their preschools. I started to develop an interest in early childhood when I volunteered as a Sunday school teacher in church during my secondary school time. After my O-level, I pursued to study early childhood education at Ngee Ann Polytechnic. During my attachment in one of the preschools, I encountered a child with autism. The teacher was having difficulty engaging him as she had to attend to and teach the other 17 children in class. So, he was left alone most of the time, wandering in the class or playing in the play area. With this encounter, I started to think about what I could do to help children with special needs so that they can spend their time in school more meaningfully. During that year, NCSS were offering a study award for early childhood education students, so to attract people to join early intervention. I was very fortunate to be selected as the awardee. With this award, I started to work at Fei Yue Early Intervention Center once I graduated from Ngee Ann Poly and also enrolled in Advanced Diploma in Early Childhood Intervention subsequently. Over the years, I have been motivated by the positive changes made by the children and their families that I have interacted with. My most memorable encounter will be my working experience with a child whose parents are deaf and with complex family issues. Growing up in an environment that is lacking in good role model as social references and explanations due to the lack of common language at home, the child has difficulties in understanding social standards and rules. She has difficulties in adhering to rules. Her perception of what is right and wrong is different from the normal standards. And she also became curious about sex and relationship. Furthermore, conversing with the child's mother can be challenging because she might not understand. Therefore, as a teacher, I have to work with the psychologist and social worker to develop an individualized intervention plan to help the child and the family. We hire a sign language interpreter to help us translate our communications and conversations instead of using writing to communicate. We also conducted lessons about love, body safety, and friendships that is suitable for a child aged 7 years old to explain to her about what sex and true friendships are about. I think the greatest lesson that my students have taught me is first, seek to understand and look beneath the iceberg. It is easy to look at the observable behaviors, just like how one can see the tip of an iceberg in the water. However, there is always a purpose or underlying reasons that causes the child to show these observable behaviors. If we do not address the underlying reasons, we will not be able to stop or to change the behavior effectively. Many people would say that it takes a lot of patience to be a special educator, but I think it is more than that. Patience can run out, but knowing and understanding why a child behaves in a certain way will help us to see the child differently. It is always important to think about individualization in developing the lessons. Often, we need to consider the child's learning profile, such as sensory needs, interests, and language understanding. This will help me to develop an effective lesson that the children can be interested in and engage and learn. One of the biggest challenges as a special needs educator will be the need to handle a lot of processes and paperwork, and at the same time provide quality intervention. It is still a current challenge for special needs educators in general, and as an experienced teacher, I will bring out my concerns to my head of department and discuss with relevant stakeholders to explore possible ways to streamline the processes. In the past 3 years, I have been conducting lessons with my students in the preschools that they are in and working collaboratively with their preschool teachers to support the students so that they can better adapt to the mainstream preschool setting and be equipped with the skills in a larger group setting. To ensure that the collaboration with the preschool teachers is effective, I always took the initiative to communicate with the teachers about the child's progress. At the same time, I make it to a point to accommodate to teachers' availability and be concise during my discussions with them. Furthermore, when I provide recommendations, it is important to understand the teacher's limitations and be innovative and encouraging by giving practical suggestions and providing demonstrations. I would like to encourage all educators, young and old, new and experienced, to never stop learning and to persevere in your journey to effect life transformation for the children and their families.